All right, we've got part 4 of back to the basics, and we're going to put the nail holes in. And the nail holes are the most important part, so that's why we've waited as long as possible. The whole idea of making a shoe when you just get going is to put the nail holes in there decent so you can use the shoe. And what a lot of people do is do the one-sided system where they make one side of the shoe, make the other side of the shoe, and then they're completely disappointed in the shoe, and they end up not nailing them on. And nailing them on is probably the biggest teacher you'll ever get in your life. So this is the shoe that we've been making, and I put a line with my little cheater T-square, and I put the line at the toe, then at the widest part, and at the middle of the shoe. Now, everybody thinks, well, now I put that line there, I have to use it. But after I got to looking at the shoe, it's cold, I have it in my hand. I put the nail holes just slightly forward of my toe line because they looked better there, and it looked like I was going too far behind. Then I put my heel nails slightly forward than those lines. And then I split the difference with that line in the center, and it's easier to see the gap. A lot of people get in the habit of putting that space, that sewing machine stitch space that they put on like a 4-nailed shoe. And so you want to use the whole utility of that nail, which is the toe, the heel, and one in between. Toe, heel, one in between. And so now we've got those. We're not going to have a shoe that's racked. You can see we're squared up. Now all we got to do is punch them and rework the edges on the face of on the horn of the anvil. All right, I use the flat of my hammer, not the round, and I pull. Get it in there. Use the flat of my hammer and pull, just like you're driving a nail. These are small nail holes because I want to just get through the steel. Now I come over here and I look how I got them a little crooked. I square them up. When I say crooked, I'm looking at this edge of the stock, trying to square up the edge of my punch with it. Then we're going to go top dead center with the heel nail. I'm going to let my hammer get a little bit ahead of me and then come through and just go right through this toe right here. And go right to the tip of the shoe. And then I'll go here, top dead center. Top dead center. And go all the way over. And swing the shoe up. Come in here and I'm going to flatten from the center of the toe. Then I'm going to go to the corner. You want to, when you pritchel, you want to be as close to this edge and this edge as possible. This edge, so that we have a shearing effect. So I come here and I just get as close as I can. And it shears it. If you just go in the center, if you're in a hurry, that works out good. But going close to the edges shears the nail hole off a little bit better. Come in here and flatten it up. Now I've got the shoe, I've got small holes, and I'm not really truly flat. So I'm just going to take one heat and flatten it up and true up my section. And when I say true up my section, make sure I've not got nice parallel lines. All right, again, the widest part of the foot, just going to come in here and just hit the back edge, and you can see how right there I got a little bit of a gap, so I slide it up on the horn, start top dead center, get a little bit ahead, and then sweep the horn hat towards me, sweep the shoe towards me, and then when I flatten, I'm just going to hang out in the same place and hit until I can see I'm making a difference. I've got those notes, I've got the nails all tightened up. So now I'm just going to take the punch that is made to fit the nail. Again, flatten it. Always flattening it. And then take your pritchel. And then you can come in here and look, and you can see how much my shoe has grown. It's quite a bit bigger on the lateral side, so we'll repeat the process on the medial side. All right, we got, come in here. I like the flat side of my hammer, but they say round on round, but round on round doesn't really give you the same. I like to put a little bit of English on it. Okay, so again, come up here on top. Overlapping blows. Right there, you're gonna have a gap. Just kind of bring it right to you. Start in the toe and flatten it up. Find the corner right there. Find the corner. And you can just see from the forging that I've got a few little ripples. And that's just good because I just punched my nail holes with a punch that would get through the material without making huge frog eyes, but I still got a little bit of distortion. So I'll come back and just take a cleanup heat and clean those lines to make them parallel. At the whole time, I'm accentuating the heel quarter. All right, what I'm trying to do is make the quarter, the bends come into the quarter the same. So when I go top dead center, all I'm doing is going to the next transition point, which is the extensor process, or the Trnka, right there. Come here, go from the wing of the coffin bone, and go straight towards the heel, the center of the heel buttress. Again, wing of the coffin bone, go to the next transition point, which is the Trnka. And then the more overlapping blows you can make, the more it flows. I busted all that slag loose, so now I can make a nice flat surface to push everything up against. Flatten it. Flattening it is not something that you ever really achieve. Flattening is just a process that you do over and over and hope you can achieve it. You can't, there's a big difference between flattening a shoe and leveling a shoe. Leveling a shoe is sitting there and pushing on it, trying to see if you're flat as a pool table, seeing if you've got a level surface. Flattening is you want to make it look like a piece of glass. You're actually pushing the face of the shoe into the anvil. All right. So we come in here. And granted, this coffin bone may not be the size. I don't know what size foot we'd have for what coffin bone, but we've got the transition points, the Trnka, the wings of the coffin bone, and how everything just encases around.